Hello everyone and welcome to Skincare with Hyram. So I was perusing on the old TikTok the other day and I saw one of those videos of someone who works in the entertainment industry saying, rating the celebrities I've met. And I was thinking to myself, oh, that would be really fun to do if I had met a lot of celebrities. And then I sat back, used the old noggin for a second, and I realized I've actually met a good amount of celebrities. Who'd have thunk? Not me. But I ended up making a list and I was like, oh my gosh, I've actually met a pretty good amount. And so what I figured I'd do is do my skincare routine, rate the celebrities I've met, and share what the experiences were like. I'm about to go to dinner and I've been working since early in the morning, so my skin definitely needs a little bit of refreshment. And I have some newer products I want to try out, so all the products I'm going to be using are going to be linked in the description box below if you guys do want to check them out. But without further ado, let's get into my celebrity meeting stories. This is going to be interesting. Okay, so I'm going to start with the cleansing balm, and I haven't used this one before. It's from the brand Yada. I'm thinking yada yada yada. But it's a green tea pure cleansing balm. Korean skincare, of course. So I do want to clarify that this isn't celebrities I've just talked to on social media. I made sure to pick people that I've been able to spend an extended amount of time talking to, interacting with, getting a pretty good feel for who they are as a person. Ooh, let's get some asthma real quick. I want to first start with the one and the only Taylor freaking Lautner. Everybody's child crush. It's Taylor time, y'all! And right off the bat, I'm just going to say 100 out of 10. I know I'm rating them out of 10 and 100 is a lot more than that, but screw it, this is my channel. I make the rules. I got to meet Taylor Lautner and his lovely wife Taylor Lautner when I was filming on their podcast. It was actually really funny because of course I knew who Taylor Lautner was, I've known since high school, but at that point I had never actually seen any of the Twilight movies.
Are you serious?
When I got the opportunity, I was like, I am not about to watch these movies and make me even more nervous to meet this person than I already am, because I am a very anxious person when meeting celebrities. Well, when really meeting anyone, I'm just very anxious. They invited me over to their home and oh my goodness, Taylor Lautner is so humble, so insightful, extremely respectful, and is one of the few celebrities I felt like I was able to really connect with on a deeper level. In the conversation on the podcast episode, which I will have that link down below if you guys do want to check it out, I feel like I was just able to learn more about his story and just really see his humility shine through. And just the respect he and his wife showed me, they were just so awesome, so down to earth, and people that I can confidently say I would definitely feel comfortable hanging out with. There was no ego there. I don't know, walking away from that, I was that was definitely the best time that I've ever spent with a celebrity. He was so sweet. And then afterwards, I watched the first Twilight movie, and I will say, Taylor Lautner was definitely my favorite character out of the whole film, but I was just cracking up because that movie is very reminiscent of mid-2010s teenage rom-com fantasy. It was honestly hilarious to watch. Next on the list is Charli D'Amelio, and I know a lot of you guys know that I've met Charli D'Amelio because we did a collab video together on my channel. Meeting Charli was super interesting because, I like to think of myself as a young spirited person. Internally, I feel like I'm still an 18-year-old until the very rare moments where I'm actually around teenagers, and then I realize, oh my god, I am so fucking old. I'm practically from the Roman Empire. I just feel so old. And that was definitely the experience with Charli. I feel like filming a video together, I was like, damn, there's a huge difference in just, age. And honestly, she was so lovely. She was so sweet. We were able to talk and chat afterwards. And she's honestly a really kind human. I walked away from that interaction being yeah, I'm a Charli stan. She's awesome. Sorry, I'm gonna rinse my face real quick. And I have to say, I really like this cleansing balm. It feels very nice and luxurious on the skin. I think, at that point in time though, she was still kind of new to the YouTube game. She's definitely a more shy person when filming videos. And it wasn't awkward. I just feel it was very evident that there's just a large age difference, It's kind of when you graduate high school and when you visit back home, you stop by the high school. And even though internally you still feel like a high schooler, once you're around high schoolers, you're oh my gosh, I'm at a very different stage in my life than these people. I feel that kind of best sums up the interaction. So for that, I would give the experience probably a 7 out of 10, but Charli was so sweet and very nice, so no complaints about her. Because I already cleansed my face today, I'm going to go in with the Aveeno Calm and Restore Cleanser, just a very gentle cleansing experience that will still get all the gunk out of my face, but not overly strip it. Next is Miss Ashley Graham. So I was able to do a live stream with Ashley Graham, and I was so excited to meet her because obviously she's so iconic for helping to really expand body diversity within the modeling community. Plus she just has a cool energy about her, and she was such great vibes. She is someone who I think really knows how to be on camera and how to keep the energy up when you're filming. I got to chat with her before the live live stream. She was so respectful, very positive and upbeat, and also really funny. And walking away from that experience, I was like, wow, she's like such a nice person. I wish I got to spend a little bit more time knowing her because it was mostly just interacting over the live stream and like a little bit before the call. But even in the prep call, she was so sweet, and it wasn't one of those things like where the second the camera is off or the second the live stream's done, they like shut off or become withdrawn. She was none of that. Okay, so don't judge me. I'm drying my face with a paper towel only because I'm at my office and I do not have towels here for some reason. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with the Selfless by Hyram Salicylic Acid Serum. I need a little bit of exfoliation in my skin since I haven't been exfoliating as regularly recently. And I also have a trip coming up, so I want to make sure that my skin is cleared, and this will be great for keeping my pores clear and my texture good. Next up, I want to talk about Lily Reinhart from the hit show. Fuck, what is it called? Clearly I love the show. What is it called? Riverdale! That's what it's called. Yeah, so confession, I have not watched Riverdale. When it comes to like movies and TV shows, I am criminally undereducated when it comes to that stuff. I don't watch a lot of TV. But yeah, she's from Riverdale. I got the opportunity to do a live stream with her. I feel so uncomfortable sharing this story because we were doing the live stream and it was about skincare, but it was also about like getting ready for summer. And I made a comment in the middle of the live stream, which was so stupid. Ooh, I felt so embarrassed afterwards, where I was like talking about getting ready for summer, and I was like, oh, I don't think my body is like beach ready for summer. And she immediately was like, your body doesn't need to be beach ready. Like your body as is beach ready. We don't need to put body size expectations on ourselves. And I was like, ugh. I mean, if y'all have watched my mental health series, you know I have like crippling body dysmorphia. The reason I feel so stupid for saying that is that I knew that Lily Reinhart is like an outspoken advocate for body positivity, speaking out against fat phobia, and I knew this and still made a comment like that in the live stream, and I'm like, oh my god, why did I say that? I think it was a good opportunity for me to look inward and look at the judgment that I cast on my own body. So I was very embarrassed about that, but she was really nice. She was very sweet, a little bit like on the shyer side, but very respectful, very nice. I didn't necessarily get to know her well, but all the interactions were really positive, save that embarrassing comment that I made. I still cringe about that. I know a lot of you guys might be listening to this and be like, Hyram, a lot of these interactions weren't in person. And I will say that a lot of the celebrities that I've been able to like interact with was during COVID. So a lot of these people I wasn't necessarily able to like meet in person. Anyway, Lily was great. Solid 9 out of 10. I wish I got to know her a little better, but she was nothing but lovely to me. Next celebrity, and I'm really excited to talk about this because I haven't shared this before. And I'm going to go in with a product I haven't tried. It's the Current State of Skin Peptide and Caffeine Eye Cream. Sorry, Firming Eye Cream. My under eyes have been needing a little bit of help recently, so hoping this will give them a little extra pizzazz. The next celebrity is Pharrell Williams. Now, I first met Pharrell on a live stream about his skincare brand, and during the live stream, he was just so wholesome, very kind, was like complimenting me on like my growth and thanking me for the support I was showing the brand because his brand Human Race is awesome. I was at a cosmetic founders convention last year, and I figured out that one of the key speakers was Pharrell Williams, and he was clearly like the name of the weekend. Everyone was like super excited to see him. He spoke on stage, he finished, a bunch of people were like lined up to meet him, and I was getting ready to leave the convention when his assistant comes over to me and told me, hey, do you mind waiting around for a little bit? Pharrell really wants to talk to you. I was like, what? Me? Why? I am at an event with hundreds of founders of some of the biggest companies in the world. Why the hell does he want to talk to me? And I waited, and he was there with his family and literally spent like 3 minutes just saying, thank you so much for what you're doing. Thank you for helping to empower people to feel better in their own skin. He literally was like, congratulations on your skincare brand. It's incredible the social impact it's making. I feel so honored that you're supporting my skincare brand. Like, I was so blown away and just completely taken back. Because honestly, I kind of figured that like for the live stream, they like gave him the brief of who I was. He did the live stream and then moved on and never thought about me again. So the fact that he personally wanted to like meet me and tell me that, I was like, oh my gosh, it was so freaking cool. He has such a positive energy about him. And I don't know, I thought that was just very kind and respectful. Definitely 50 out of 10. Okay, so I'm going to use my moisturizer, the Revectin Clean Lotus Water Cream. I have been using this like nonstop recently just because of the humidity in Hawaii. This one holds up so well with my oily skin and the heat. It's a great option. Oh, also the eye cream does feel nice, but I noticed it was like pilling up a bit on my skin, which I'm not sure why, because the Selfless Serum doesn't have anything that would like not mix well with this eye cream, so I'm not sure, but it feels nice. It's very lightweight. Next up is Hailey Bieber. Bieber. This is like one of the most asked questions I get from subscribers and people I know. They always want to ask me, how was Hailey Bieber? Is she nice? Was she rude? What was your interaction like? Honestly, you guys, Hailey Bieber was so kind to me. She invited me out to her studio in LA to film like some videos together. The whole time she was very kind, very considerate. I will admit it was a little bit of an intimidating environment because there was like 50 people manning the cameras, setting up the set. Like it was a full-blown movie production. And she definitely gives off the energy of like a woman who knows what she wants, but still communicated it respectfully. But even the second time I met her, which was for the Road launch party, you guys, there was like so many big influencers there, even celebrities. It was like a major event. And even when I showed up, I was like, I am going to sit in the corner away from everyone, let her do her thing. I didn't want to attract attention, but she made it a point to like come up to me personally, hug me, thank me for the support of the brand. She was just so sweet. And I kind of walked away having like more respect from her because I definitely like sensed this girl boss energy. I'm just going off the interactions I had. They were very positive and she was sweet the whole time. 10 out of 10, great interaction. Ooh, that reminds me though. I don't know if I count this as a celebrity interaction because it really wasn't. It's just a funny story to me. At the Road launch party, Kendall Jenner and Kylie Jenner were there. It was definitely like a big deal that they were there. I think everyone was like freaking out. Anyway, at one point in the night, I'm at the bar, you know, waiting to get a drink, and I see Kendall and Kylie together and they're like talking to each other like this with kind of like, how do I say this? You know when you see two people talking shit? That's what it was giving, and they were doing that for a little while looking directly at me. I was like, damn, it kind of looks like they're looking directly at me. They must be looking at someone behind me. I turn around, nobody's behind me. And I turn around and they're still there just looking directly at me like talking like this. And I wanted to shrivel up. The only reason being is because one of the first videos that really popped off on my channel was a video I made about Kylie's skin. I'll be honest, roasting the hell out of her scrub. Like I definitely, I think went a little bit overboard with the criticism in that video. And that video got like a lot of attention. It's honestly what kind of blew up my channel a little bit. And I've since apologized for how intense I was in that video, but I just couldn't help but feel like Kylie and Kendall were like, oh my God, that's that bitch that was hating on my skincare brand. And I felt so embarrassed and I just wanted to crawl into a hole. But truthfully, I have no idea if they were talking about me. Like I could be way off. I have not interacted with them. I'm sure they're lovely people. Again, Kylie, I apologize for being so intense on your brand and thank you for being the thing that kind of blew my channel up. But anyway, I need to go through these way faster. So I'm going to go in with the sunscreen because the sun is technically still out. And I'm going to use the Coats Face Prime and Protect SPF 40 sunscreen. This one has been my absolute favorite. Obsessed with this formula. Another model I met is Miss Carly Kloss. Carly Kloss was actually, I think, like the first celebrity I ever met. She had invited me out to New York to film a YouTube video together and I was so nervous. I was freaking out because she really like took notice of my channel way before anyone else did. I was just a tiny little YouTuber and I was freaking the hell out. And Carly is amazing. Oh my God, what a genuine person. Like not only did we have a great time filming the video together, she was so humble, but since that I was able to see her again in New York. So kind. She consistently messages me to like check up on how I'm doing. I literally have nothing negative to say about her. She has always showed me so much kindness. Literally the second she walked into the hotel room, it was like the whole room lit up. She just has this inspirational feel-good energy that I think just like lifts up the people around her. Another one is Drew Barrymore. I was actually asked to be on the Drew Barrymore show during the pandemic. I like virtually zoomed into the show and we got to do an interview. She said like her daughters really enjoyed watching my videos. I will say my personal interaction, she was super sweet. I mean, she was asking me like really good questions that were like well thought out, was giving me a lot of very kind compliments. So I really didn't have expectations, but I finished it being like, wow, she was so nice and sweet. But I will say I didn't get to interact with her off camera. That's something I wish I was able to do. I really was only able to talk to her like when they were recording for the show. So I don't know what she's like off camera, but her questions and her respect towards me were really good. Also, can we get some applause for this sunscreen? Because look at how good it makes my skin look, bitch. And before I get to the last one, I am going to go in with the Fresh Sugar Mango Lip Balm. I haven't used this one in a while, but it does work pretty well. Maybe some people wouldn't consider this person a celebrity, but I definitely would. I feel like she has elevated herself to that level. Emma Chamberlain. I, like a lot of you, have always been such an Emma Chamberlain fan. And I remember when I was a small YouTuber, I was like, my goal, long-term goal, is to be able to collab with Emma Chamberlain. Like that would just be the dream. I know it's not going to happen because she doesn't really do collabs, but I was like, that's my dream. And then fast forward like 2 years and my team was like, Emma Chamberlain wants to do a collab video with you. And I was like, oh my God. God, this is a dream come true. And I was so nervous because Emma Chamberlain is just one of those people that like comes off as so genuine. And I was like, I really, really hope she's like that off camera because my world would be crushed if she wasn't. And you guys, I can confidently say that Emma Chamberlain is such a sweetheart. Man, she was so nice. I could not tell a difference between the way she acted in her videos versus like the way she acted interacting with me. Same good energy, so thoughtful, so sweet. She literally like took time out of her day to select like a whole new wardrobe for me.
Wait, I like this.
We had so many tech issues and she was so gracious about it. Like I finished that video being like, I'm an even bigger Emma Chamberlain fan. 100 out of 10, amazing. Hi guys, it is a different day. I realized I forgot to include one very important celebrity. So I'm gonna apply some sunscreen while I talk about this story. This celebrity is Kelly Rutherford. If you have watched Gossip Girl, of which I have watched, I think I'm on my 5th time, maybe 6th time. Kelly plays a character of Serena van der Woodsen's mother, the iconic Lily van der Woodsen. And it comes with a really funny story because basically I was invited to speak at Web Summit in Portugal, which if you don't know what Web Summit is, it is this huge convention where diplomats, world leaders, politicians, UN representatives come together and talk about how to utilize technology to make the world a better place. And last year I was speaking on 2 panels. So I was able to get the panels done. Afterwards, I was invited to like this roundtable discussion that was happening at like this beautiful palace in Lisbon, Portugal. It was pretty incredible. So once I got there, I felt like I could relax because I was like, my panels are over. I'll have a cocktail, maybe 2. This is just going to be a roundtable discussion. It'll be super chill. And then I immediately noticed that Kelly is there and I'm like, oh my God, it's Lily van der Woodsen. I'm terrified to go up to her. Anyway, I have someone come up to me and they're like, hey, are you ready for the roundtable discussion? And I was like, yeah, sure, that's great. And I was like, that's kind of weird that they're like coming up to me individually asking about that, but I was just going with it. I go over to where the roundtable is and immediately I noticed the person who is sitting there is an extremely successful businessman that I'm actually going to have a mentorship session with the next day. So I go over to him and I'm like, hi, so nice to meet you. He's like, are you feeling good for your presentation? And I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, yeah, you're going to be presenting for the round table. You're leading it. And I'm like, what? I'm so lost. And he points behind me. My dumbass turns around and sees a ginormous sign with the words Hyram Yarbrough, using technology to create social impact. And I peed myself just a little bit. I turn around to see that everyone in this roundtable discussion has sat down. They're all looking at me, including Kelly Rutherford. Ugh, it's so embarrassing. And I have never pulled something out of my ass so fast. I literally turned around, looked at Kelly, and I was like, okay, thank you so much everyone for coming to this panel. I'm so excited to talk about social impact. I fully blacked out in that moment. I was like, I have no idea what I'm saying, but I'm just gonna go with it. And I think it went well because I had multiple people come up to me afterwards and they were like, that was such a good discussion. Thank you so much for leading that. And I'm like, I'm glad you liked it, because I don't remember anything that happened. I fully dissociated the whole time. But one of the people that came up to me was Kelly, and I ended up being able to talk to her for like maybe 30, 45 minutes. She was talking about the social work that she's done. She's like an incredible humanitarian person. Like I gained so much respect for her. Of course, I was fangirling the whole time, but I have to give her like 100 out of 10. So I had to include that story because not only was it a big moment for me, but it was also humiliating. Anyway, back to the video. And those are basically all my celebrity experiences. You might have tuned in for some like shady stories, but like I was jogging my brain and I could not think of like a really negative interaction that I've had with a celebrity. I think I've been very fortunate to have positive experiences. And granted, a lot of these situations have been for like filming, doing a project together. But if you've watched a lot of these celebrity stories, you know that that usually doesn't make a difference. If someone is a really rude person, then you'll kind of figure out when collaborating with them. So I'm really happy to say that my experiences have been pretty positive. But yeah, those are all of my celebrity meeting stories. What do you guys think? Have you met any of these people? Please comment down below with your experiences and stories. I would absolutely love to read about them. Of course, my experiences may not be everyone else's. Celebrities are human beings. They have bad days. They have good days. It's important to not be too judgmental, and obviously these are just my own experiences, but I'm happy that I've been able to meet kind people. Like I said before, all the products that I'm using in today's video will be listed in the description box below. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel and to the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week. And I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah.